Hello, welcome to the next video. I would really much appreciate it when you all subscribe my YouTube channel when you watch my videos. That would support me a lot. Thank you very much. I want to talk about one base build human against Nightelf. We're gonna talk about when do you need to go for a fast expansion and when do you decide to go for a one base build. I chose to go on Concealed Hill. First, I want to show you when do I decide to go for one base build, right? Because normally I try to go for this expansion here. I chose Concealed Hill because it's more common to play one base build than on any other map, okay? So our creep route will be orange, green, orange, okay? Biggest problem is those creeps here. This orange spot is very tough because the creeps got poison. The Night Elves know when to get a timing on your expansion. So that's most of the case a problem because they will do a lot of damage to your peasants, kill them a lot, and you don't get back into the game. Okay? So my plan in my head right now is, okay, I'm gonna go for expansion. I'm scouting. This scout is very important for you because you want to know what the Night Elf is playing against you, right? And also... Oh, I forgot them. And also make sure that you don't overcommit with this footman because he will creep here and maybe he get entangled on level 1. Sometimes it tries to surprise you, get the footman immediately and you just feed it him. So make sure you stay like cautious with this one here. I'm seeing a Huntress Hall now. That's what I need to pretend now. So I see a Huntress Hall, I'm like, okay. I'm not going for any expansion because maybe he's going for mass Huntresses, okay? And if he's going for Huntresses, one base build is very strong because Riflemen directly counter the Huntresses. So I'm going on tier 2 right now at 27 supply. I keep on going to creep. I creep this one here. Perfect. So now I'm already building a blacksmith. Okay. So most of the time now the keeper arrives here because he expects you to make this expansion here. So in this case, I try to get level 3 Archmage and I split my army. When he's chasing me, make sure he won't find you, for example, here. So you creep here, of course. You build a farm. Creep this. And he will be like here, I guess. So he will try to find you. If he's finding you, just make sure you split your army. The Archmage should go one way, the footman the other. Make sure you get dust or whatever, so like now. And so you try to creep this map and get all those green camps, for example, if he's pressuring you very hard, okay? So make sure you can play under pressure because the Night Elf will of course try to prevent you to get level 3. And if he's not getting level 3 keeper, like you get your Archmage on level 3, you get ahead, okay? And sometimes you can like decide if his army is here and trying to get your Archmage, you can just creep this with footmen and after that heal here, alright? So you see like splitting your army. Now here's aggression right now, so I'm running away. Getting more Riflemen. Getting level 2 Water Elemental. Make sure that no footman dies here. Now I've got level 3. Now I could go for his wisps, alright? To slow his tech down. I see his... make sure that you don't do it like that because this guy is trapped now. So make sure that your path is like this. Get an MK, for example, second. Build an Arcane directly when you're on tier 2. Make sure you harass the wisps here. Then you can follow. If he has level 3 keeper already, right? Then make sure your army is like hidden here. So when you get your first priests, you are able to counter his entangle. Alright, so make sure that he won't snipe your footman. If he's not on level 3 keeper, you just keep going, pressuring him, and make sure you use that window where you have a level advantage. Alright? So that would be like this, go for the wisp, right? You go back, whatever. Make this upgrade very important. Make sure you do it better than me with macro right now. Now I'm getting priests, right? Now I could go for that. I get Stormbolt first. Make sure that I'm like freeing this guy. Again, another farm. Now I'm creeping this. I would like to go for this push again with the Archmage. So make sure you learn to be aggressive just with your Archmage, okay? Now I got this. I got one priest. I'm just creeping. So either way, if your opponent's very aggressive or not, make sure you creep. And with the Archmage, you can like just pressure his base as much as you can. And even if he's just following your Archmage, you win something. It's just about getting time right now. You can get an info pod. This guy must be free to get for attack upgrade. Get this. If he's going for Panda, get a heal scroll, for example. Now I'm running away here. You can just decide to go for level 3 here, like I thought like in this moment, but you could also go like immediately with this peasants here. And this push is very important. It's just about getting a lot of damage, okay? So it's not an all-in like just finishing your opponent off. It's more like, okay, I kill a lot, go here, maybe get some riots, whatever. Make sure the rifleman attacks the riots. The footmen, just they can die in certain situations. That's not that bad. Just make sure that you get a use for them. And then, like you see, you pressure the Nightelf. You got 50 supply. Now you can like build another. Make sure that you're here. And then, like, you can get for Clap or for Bash. Depends on if he's going for Demon Hunter second, you go for Bash, for example. And then you make sure that you make a tower here in this way and defend that. Get another attack upgrade, second one. And if you do a lot of damage, then and you think like, oh, but he will trade better in the next second, I will just leave, creep this red spot, and so on. And then you go for the late game, you build some spell breakers, maybe a second sanctum, then a lot of spell breakers. Go for 70 supply. You can also decide to go for tier 3. That's up to you. Add some sorceresses, for example. Give your composition something new. And that's one base on Concealed Hill, alright? And now I'm showing you how to play the fast expansion. So in this scenario, we play the fast expansion on Concealed Hill, alright? That's very tough sometimes, to be honest. But if it works well and you get a good timing for yourself, you creep this. And you get level 3 Archmage immediately, and he has level 2 Keeper, you're ahead. And do something with that, okay? So, make sure that you just creep this orange spot, again, this green spot, and then the expansion. That's what my game plan is right now. So, we creep this. Alright, so the second farm here. You can leave a little gap here because if he's getting treants, he will be able to invade in your base anyway. So against Nightelf, having an open base isn't that bad actually. More important to go for an Arcade Tower in some at a certain moment. So, to be aware that I'm doing this. Now I'm getting a footman. I mean, the beginning is always the same, right? You just go for 26, 27, 30 supply, whatever. When you go for an expansion, always be sure that you macro well. Always use your resources. I'm taking those 5. Perfect. Sometimes I decide to go for an Arcane Tower immediately, because some Nighters are very good in harassing you here while you're creeping there, right? So in this case, I build an Arcane Tower. On low level, it doesn't happen that much, but on high level, it is. So you decide if you want to skip this tower or not. I'm scouting again with the footman. I'm getting this orange spot. So this time when I'm scouting, I'm seeing no Huntress Hall. So he will have an Archer Keeper opening. And then maybe a fast tag. Okay, so you creep this. Here we go for that. Now you can leave already. Let the 5 militia do the rest. And then immediately go back. Build this. Build another farm. Now creep this. Now I see, oh, okay. I go for the wisp, for example. Or I'm running away when the keeper is coming. And we creep this. If he's like chasing your footman here, I recommend to go immediately for this expansion here, okay? So, but because now he won't be able to be in time to harass you here. So you get a timing on him. If he's not chasing your footman at all, go for the wisps again. Pull 6 militia, okay? Make sure that the hurt one is always in the peasant line. Now I'm pulling this creep spot. So make sure that you go like here, because when they come a bit, you can more likely, when the keeper is coming here, you can send some hurt ones back, right? So like keep this, you see this, you can send him back, because if the keeper comes, he won't be able to chase them. You can also reconnect to this if you want to. And now the keeper is coming, but you don't do anything but creep this. Even though he's going for some militia, make sure that you send them home. And then you have reinforcement, for example. In this case, we don't need it. We got level 3 immediately. And that makes this creep spot so strong on Concealed Hill. And now you just build this. Build a tower again and defend. Get a dust and maybe a staff if it's available. And just make sure you know what the opponent is doing. If he's going with the Ancient of War here, like wants to creep that on tier 2, make sure you get a timing there to prevent him to creep this. Get a staff, for example. You can staff here if you want to. And of course, it can be a pain here. You can stay here and defend. Depends on how much pressure he's doing here, right? And now you get your fast expansion up. And that's the fast expansion on Concealed Hill. Of course, do it over and over again. Make sure that you don't need to think about those steps a lot. Just do it. Make sure you get comfortable in playing that. Leave a comment below. Thank you for watching my video. See you next time. Bye bye.